Do you feel like you're at the mercy of your triggers? Are you blindsided by triggering situations or feelings just when you were starting to feel good? Let's define triggers. A trigger refers to anything that significantly affects your emotional state, sending you into a cycle of overwhelm and distress. Examples of such a situation could be rejection, challenging beliefs, helplessness, abandonment, grief, and loneliness. Such triggers affect your ability or willingness to stay in the present moment. They stir up specific belief systems and certainly influence your behaviors. Triggers can be disempowering and consuming. The behaviors that start out as a means for comfort and relief become disempowering and consuming. If you find yourself turning to or away from food when triggered in an effort to numb, avoid, or distract from the uncomfortable feelings, stay with me here. Triggers abound. They can engulf us in a moment's notice. While we can't remove the triggers, we can manage them by how we respond. First, invite in awareness and catch the belief, thought, or action before it starts to erode your resolve. Next, invite in curiosity so you can explore the why behind your feelings and belief system. And bring compassion into the mix. Honor your need to feel safe. You can learn from this experience. And while every one of you has a story that's uniquely yours, you can all grow from acknowledging that you have the power to ask the thoughts, feelings, and beliefs accompanying the trigger to leave. Turning to or away from food when facing a triggering emotion or situation seems like a safe and comforting solution in the short term. But you don't need me to remind you of the long-term consequences as they relate to both physiological and psychological impacts to your body and your well-being. Most of the clients I see have tried to resist their triggers. Have you heard the phrase, "What we resist persists"? Resisting or suppressing triggering feelings and avoiding uncomfortable situations only serves to take you further down the rabbit hole of disordered eating and thinking. That often leads to beating yourself up. You feel defeated and perhaps out of control, and you just can't understand why the strategies you relied on are not bringing relief or results. Do you think you can create a new narrative for yourself? One that has you embracing the gifts of abundance that surround you right now? The gifts of willingness, light, intuition, boundaries, and your voice? What are the gifts of abundance you can embrace? Post your thoughts below. For so many, food is the solution to feeling triggered, and you don't have to give up your power to the refrigerator or the pantry. For others, food is the trigger, as it relates to sensitivities, inflammation, and digestive distress, but I'll explore this concept further in upcoming videos. If the practitioners you've worked with in the past told you things like, just avoid your triggers, or eat this, not that, I ask, how has that been working for you? Perhaps it's time to look at it a different way. Once you work with the right practitioner who helps you explore and understand the context within which your triggered behaviors evolved, you can separate your disordered eating self from your healthy self. You'll be in a peaceful and empowered place. You'll bring balance to what sets off the triggers, and this includes a wide range of factors. This includes unhealed emotional trauma that's gone underground to your subconscious, mental conditioning, which impacts neural connections in your brain. And there can be those biological imbalances like malnutrition, hormonal imbalances, and gut infections, which are so often overlooked. And this is why it's important to work with someone who can help you figure out all the factors that are feeding your triggers and why going it alone never works. Remember, so often it's not only what you're eating, but what's eating you. I'm Mindy Gorman-Plutzer, and I invite you to partner with me and create a personal nutrition and lifestyle protocol that relates to your unique story. You can manage your triggers and embrace the fully nourished life you deserve and desire. That's the Freedom Promise. And if you find this content helpful, please let me know. Like the video and subscribe below. If you want to learn more about disordered eating recovery and working with me, schedule a complimentary discovery call by clicking the link below.